Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Robin's Nest. And once again, podcast number, who knows? We're kind of getting into it now, so I've lost count. But just wanted to, if you didn't see the announcement a few days ago, we've got our store back up and running, our website back up and running. So it's linked in with YouTube, so we finally got all the kinks worked out. And so it's good to go. So check it out. We've got t-shirts, die-cast cars, hats, auto parts. Everything that we sell on this website is automotive and racing, motorsports related. So check it out. Got pretty much something for everybody, I would say. There's a lot of stuff on there. And we're adding more stuff to it daily. So check that out. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. Let's get into it. Okay, so a month or so ago, the last rally in WRC, Adrian Formo, for those who don't know who that is, he drove for Ford for the past few years in a Puma, and he had some decent success. I mean, he got a podium quite a few times, and which is saying a lot because that car's been woefully off the pace in relation to Toyota and Hyundai. But this year he moved to Hyundai, or Hyundai, however you want to say it. And so far this season he's been pretty quick. So, but that's not really what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the last rally. He was fined, I think, something to the tune of, it's like 10,000 pounds for letting a cuss word fly. Okay, so fast forward to this week. This is the Safari rally. All the drivers show up. Yet, during the media kickoff that they do for every rally, the drivers sit there in silence every time they're asked a question. And then during the opening, the stage, it's a shakedown. You know, usually for those unfamiliar, the reporters come to the car immediately after each stage is over, and they'll interview the driver and ask him whatever about the stage. And so, all the drivers are refusing to speak, in English anyways. They'll speak in their native language, but not English, to show that their solidarity with Adrian. Okay, to protest Adrian being fined for cussing. And I've been online this morning reading a lot of stuff on Reddit and different things. And the universal sentiment is that the FIA is a dictatorial entity. They're evil. We hate them. They're awful. They shouldn't exist. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, but here's where I stand on this. Okay, and it should be everyone's stance on this, because it's common sense. Okay? If the FIA budges, okay, if they stand down and they say, you know what, you guys are right, we shouldn't be penalizing you for cussing on camera. Regardless if that's WRC, if that's F1, we shouldn't do it. And then you're going to have a free-for-all where these guys just say whatever they want to on camera. No penalties whatsoever. And the way I look at it, too, is these are international motorsports. So globally, there are millions of people that watch this stuff. Okay? Meaning that there's millions of children that watch this. Along with families who sit around to enjoy motorsports, whatever it may be, Formula One, WRC, and anything else that the FIA governs, ETRC, what have you. Children should not be subjected to that kind of language. Obviously. Obviously. The fact that that's even a conversation is mind-boggling to me. You know, in NASCAR, I don't think they've done it lately, but I distinctly remember, I think it was 2004, where Dale Jr. essentially lost the championship because he won at Talladega and they were asking him about it, and he's like, well, that don't mean blank. Daddy won here however many times. And I remember they docked him points and they fined him money. and it ended up costing the championship. Or it was a contributing factor to him losing the championship that year. The closest that he's ever come to winning a championship. We've gone backwards, essentially. What we're essentially saying is because we live in the digital age, and kids are subjected to this stuff all the time because they have devices in their hands since they're 2, that it's okay for us to say whatever the heck we want to say on TV. What? Yep. Even if that's true that these kids are subjected to that crap all the time, which I'm not saying that it's not, but if it is true, okay, why not be better than that? Why not set an example? There used to be a time where, like, when you were in sports and you were an athlete, you were a role model, if I could speak, role model to children across the globe. And now our standard of being a role model is we're going to protest the fact that we cannot cuss on live television without getting a monetary fine. I am baffled. I'm absolutely baffled. I don't understand. I would love someone to explain to me, like, how it's how is it okay to do that? How is it okay to act like a child? You're a grown man acting like a child. A, because you're not getting your way, but B, because you can't cuss on national television, international television, streaming services, whatever you want to call it. Like, how is that? How have we gotten to this point? And how have we gotten to the point where people online are backing up the drivers in this? I could go on and on. I don't understand. It is absolutely baffling. That's it. That's really what I want to talk about today. Now, I saw that earlier. I could not believe what I was seeing. I remember when Adrian was fine. And I believe it happened in Formula 1 last year. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it happened in Formula 1 here recently too, where someone was fined. Fairly certain. Carlos Sainz or someone like that. But regardless, I mean, I agree with the fines. I do. Sue me. I think that they should be fined 100%. If you are an athlete in a professional sport and you get on camera and you cuss, you 100% should be fined. Period. You can call that dictatorial behavior, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm not taking up for the FIA. I mean, I guess I am, but not directly. That's not my intent. In this scenario, though, I believe they're 100% in the right. They are 100% correct in making this decision. Yeah. Anyways, that's my soapbox for the day. Hopefully, we can all collectively move past this nonsense, come to an agreement, and not have to talk about it again, so we can get back to watching racing and not have to watch these clowns show up to the end of stages and get asked a question, and then they just sit there and look ridiculous and give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Oh my God, it's so childish. It's unreal. It is unreal. So anyways, if you enjoyed listening to me rant about that nonsense, like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on notifications. We've just finished up the 2001 Supercar Series. I'm going to start with 2002 here in the next couple of days, or next day. Probably tomorrow, to be perfectly honest. So keep an eye out for that. I haven't forgotten about our giveaway. I said that we would do a giveaway once we got to 2,000. We have surpassed 2,000 subscribers, so we're still doing the giveaway. Just bear with me. We've had a lot of stuff going on, but it's still happening. So keep an eye out. I'll make a post about it, the details, and how we're going to do that. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. We'll see you next time.
Childish és 100 fölfele. 100 fölfele, jobb 2 tempó, 20-ra bal 2 tempó, 25-ra bal 2 tempó, 25-re bal 2 szűk, bal 2 szűk, és bal 2, majd 50-re jobb 2, itt a bal 2, és 50